Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
There's no denying that the relationship was definitely hurt from what transpired over the last couple of weeks. There's really no way getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals and we're going to go out there and do our job.
From the ESPN Madison studio with national champion Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
$750,000. That is the price you pay to burn a bridge and annoy your all-star pitcher.
That sounds a little beyond annoyed in that. Does he not?
Was Corbin Burns, Cy Young Award winner, big-time pitcher that someone, not the Brewers, is going to pay a lot of money to. And if they had a shot, they have burned that shot after taking Corbin Burns to arbitration for a $750,000 difference between what they thought he was worth and what he thought he was worth. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light. And neither of us are worth $750,000, but
do you think the three of us combined hold value of $750,000?
You act like adding me to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
moves the needle.
If we're doing net worth, he brings it down.
Yeah, Jim, let's just keep it to me and you.
Yes.
Maybe.
We got a shot then.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's going to come down.
Yeah. That just makes, first of all, the whole arbitration in baseball, what a terrible, terrible idea. It's like, what better way to upset your superstar than to put them through arbitration? Like, if you can't come to an agreement, like, I understand that, but they basically sit you down in a meeting and then just tear apart every flaw you've ever had and scrutinize over it and put a microscope mostly over the bad flaws. They're not sitting there saying, Corbin, you got a ton of strikeouts last year. Like, you looked really good. They're going to talk about the times he might have given up a game-winning home run, or a time where he might have had a slow start in a baseball game and they pulled him early. Just like looking at these weird minutia over, like you said, for a professional baseball team, $750,000. You're not going to give that to your superstar pitcher, the guy who like literally carries your bullpen.
And this is where you hit on a great point here, because and Burns carries the bullpen by being such a great starting pitcher. He goes so deep in the game.
So I mean, that pitch, the whole pitching crew is like, Corbin's like a linchpin.
Yes, and there's a lot of players with the Brewers, and we're going to get to a cut here from Corbin in a second, talking about how the Brewers, I think, in that locker room, remember last year when they traded Hader? And that locker room, the whole team went in the tank, and the locker room went in the tank. Brandon Woodruff's the other guy that can carry, and Peralta as well. And so those are all really good pitchers for the Brewers, but part of the I think frustration for being a Brewers fan is having an owner that's cheap. And I would just like to point out, and I'm not pocket watching, but Mark Antanasio, simple math, the Brewers are worth $1 billion more than what he bought them for. And he's bought other sports franchises or bought into other sports franchises during this time. So if Mark can't or doesn't want to spend the money to be a better baseball team,
sell it.
Get out of here. Yeah, it's fine. It was great what he did. Bud Selig was great when he was here, and he sold, and everyone was happy with that. Antanasio did a lot for the Brewers, and if he's not going to spend money into it, then get out of it, which leads to our first Iron Jock poll question, because I don't know if you've picked up on this, fans. There's a lot of frustrating aspects or things going on in sports right now. Now, Alex Strofe refused to put option number 4 on here, which I wanted. But the question is, our Iron Jock poll ahead of today's show, or as today's show starts right now, which Wisconsin team is the most frustrating? The Brewers and their cheapness, Packers and their drama, or Badger basketball because they're boring as sin. Now, I was going to throw Aaron Rodgers on there because he's in an orbit all of himself, but that's fine.
But I feel like that ties into the Packers. That
certainly does. That's part of the drama.
That's fair. So we'll leave it at that. And right now, the Packers drama is number 1. I would vote the Brewers on here, 844-770-3776. Drama. That's not all on the Packers. It's not all on Aaron Rodgers. It's kind of there's a pie chart of blame there for the Packers.
Ayahuasca.
Badger basketball. I mean, you can't. Sometimes you can't fix boring. You recruit guys like Brad Davison. What are you expecting? This is not going to be an exciting
to be your
team.
star,
right? Shout out to Marquette for winning last night. And then the Brewers, cheap. You can fix cheap because you can either sell or spend some money.
That's fair.
And Matt, you brought up a great point. I want you to elaborate on it. $750,000. That's such a small number when we're talking. I think it was like maybe 10.25 and 11 million or whatever it was. Like,
yeah, it's like a drop in the bucket.
Right. And so it's not worth the aggravation if you're the Brewers of upsetting your star pitcher. But the Brewers, I think, have zero intention of ever paying Corbin Burns or Brandon Woodruff money long term. So they don't care if they burn this bridge. They want to pinch their pennies now.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand saving money so then you can pay the next guy. But at the end of the day, like, the Brewers aren't showing fans that they even care to win. Like, you have greatness on your bench. You have greatness in your pitcher's locker room. Like, why are you not going to just spend a little bit more there? You see all these NFL teams, and I know it's not apples to apples, like they're different, but all these NFL teams, especially when you point out the
who's getting
like the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs had 9 significant starters on their Super Bowl team. Like, why can't the Brewers go ahead and bring people up through their system? They already have people on contract. There's no reason that, like, they can't still make it happen with a squad outside of pinching pennies for your superstars. You can pay them whatever you want.
At last I looked this offseason, the Brewers are number one with a bullet as far as the least amount of money spent this offseason on free agent players as well. They got, I think, 3 or 4 months into the offseason without spending a nickel on free agent players. So your point holds weight here. But Matt, and again, 844-770-3776, you can chime in here. Which sports franchise in Wisconsin right now or organization bothers you the most? The Green Bay Packers, their drama, Badger basketball because they're boring, or the Brewers because they are cheap. And Corbin Burns, really, as much as, Matt, you're obviously a current player, it's not the same situation, but
right.
You're usually, if you're going to go scorched earth, then this is as close as you're going to get to from a professional player.
There's no denying that the relationship is definitely hurt from
our relationships hurt now,
what transpired over the last couple of weeks. There's really no way getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals, and we're going to go out there and do our job, and I'm going to keep giving what I can every fifth day that I go out there. But when some of the things that are said that for instance, basically put me in the forefront of the reason why we didn't make the postseason last year. That's something that probably doesn't need to be said. You can go about a hearing without having to do that. So that's kind of one of those things that, obviously, there was no attacking of character, of person of who I was, but just the some of the stuff that was said that definitely didn't need to be said is something that I think kind of disappointed everyone.
So my whole thing, like, that if someone's telling me, like, here's the points where you lost it for us and you didn't do well, like he said, they didn't attack his character. Good.
Right.
Thank you for not, like,
being
really
decent.
pouring gasoline on the fire. But I'm going to be honest with you. If someone told me that and then another team was like, hey, we'll give you $10.25 million to come play for us, I'm just going to go. And it's the same kind of thing that the Packers did with Devontae Adams. They basically strung him along until he got an offer from the Raiders. And then we're like, well, we offered him the same thing. It's like, yeah, after you disrespected the guy. And that is exactly what these Brewers are doing. Corbin might take less. He might go somewhere for 10 million just because he's like, you know what? At least this team is pretending to want to woo me. Because these guys, I know it's arbitration. I know you're pinching pennies, but you burned a bridge. I don't want to play for you anymore if you're going to, like, come at me like that. So I 100% get it.
844-770-3776. That's talking text line. Who frustrates you more, the Brewers for being cheap, the Packers for their drama, or the Badgers for their boringness?
Yeah, so I voted on this already.
Yeah.
And as much as this Brewers thing bothers me, and as much as it's, like, super fresh in the head, it's the Packers. Here's the reason. Badger basketball, all I've ever known is boring basketball. That's fine. Brewers being cheap, all I've ever been told, regardless of the case or not, we're a small market team. We can't afford good players. So I don't get it, but it's so ingrained that I'm like, oh, surprise, surprise. The Packers always, we've had the golden ticket for 30 years in a franchise quarterback good enough to win you a Super Bowl. And there's proof that both of them have done it, obviously. So it just bothers me that there's like issues all the time. Like the whole Devontae thing got me. Like, I understand this Rodgers thing. Will he, won't he? I understand that Rodgers doesn't know what he wants necessarily yet. And the Packers, they've already forced somebody out. They have made that mistake before. And when he came back to Minnesota, it burned him. So I understand where they're coming from, but it's so taxing and draining because it feels like everything that is said by either side is scrutinized under a microscope to the point where who knows what's actually true anymore, because both teams are trying to put the ball in the other guy's court. They're like, no, you look bad. No, I want you to look bad. You make a decision. No, you make a decision. It's bananas to me at the way that, every word that is said by the Packers organization or Aaron Rodgers is just dialed. Even if it has nothing to do with the other guy, it will be spun that way. And that's just frustrating.
Also, look, everyone cares far more about the Packers than they do about the Brewers and Badgers combined, which is obviously the biggest part of this. The Brewers payroll is, I think, 20th in Major League Baseball at $103 million.
That's by choice.
Right. And that includes this latest deal here. Now, Corbin Burns, you're right. After this year, and this is the problem, the Brewers have no interest in paying Burns going forward. I honestly think there's a less than 0% chance Burns finished the season with the Brewers because
less than zero.
He is so he did arbitration this year, 2023. He is an unrestricted free agent in 2025. So now's the time to move him.
Yep.
And
they
they
want to get something for him
because they waited on Hader.
Exactly what they do with Hader. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's why they don't care. And that's
and the thing is, we're still going to show up to grill our brats in the parking lot and drink our beers. And that's exactly the reason. They're like, fill the stadium. Don't care if we are 500 team or we just sneak into the playoffs as long as that stadium's full.
And I've had this theory for a while, and I've shared it with you guys. The Brewers owners are running the Brewers like the Cubs old owners used to run it. Lovable losers. Because why? Wrigley always filled. So they didn't care. You don't have to win. Just be competitive and entertaining, and people will show up in AmFam Field and drink their Coors Light. It doesn't matter. Or their Miller Lite. They're going to show up. They're going to party. They're going to tailgate. And the Brewers know that, and they take advantage of it. They're taking advantage of their fans. They do it regularly, and it's annoying. The Brewers, because of their cheap ownership, have turned into lovable losers.
Yeah, and they're just hoping that this squad that they could get together affordably can catch lightning in a bottle. Because we've had good teams that have made the playoffs, gotten into the playoffs. A ways. I think we lost to the Dodgers a couple years ago, and
they were the number one seed. I think Yelich was the MVP, and the Brewers didn't get to the World Series. They lost in the championship series.
Yeah, but it wasn't, and it wasn't necessarily because
none of those guys getting paid.
Yeah, it's like, and they didn't decide to go out and get anyone else.
Right? They're
like, well, if this team can do it, great, and if they can't, we got an extra half a postseason of tickets to sell.
Exactly.
So it's like making the postseason, instead of it being a goal for the Brewers like it is for the Packers, it's like a bonus. And that's what frustrates me with the Brewers.
Ryan and Madison chimes in. The Bears and the Badgers apparently frustrated the most. I guess you can vote in your own too, as far as what.
Go ahead. Write in your own. If you want to write in Jim Rutledge, go for it.
Team Schuster. Very frustrating.
Exactly. I agree.
But with the Brewers, and to your point, they don't pay their players, so there's less bites at the apple. So again, you're out and you're competing. The more tournaments you compete in, the more bites you have at the apple to be the best you can when nationals roll around. And anything else, Packers, the frustration with the Packers is different than the Brewers. If you're just looking on the field, they had bites at the apple over and over again. So they did just enough. They didn't go all the way, but they did enough where they at least were always getting bites at the apple. They had an opportunity to, I guess how this metaphor finishes, finish the apple. But they didn't go all the way in to be able to have everything they need to finish the apple. The Brewers have no interest. They just want to find the cheapest way to get close to the apple to make people go show up at AmFam Field. And that's it.
And that, I mean, honestly, there's part of the reasons the Packers are endearing is because every year we know the goal is at least to make the playoffs. Like, we love to win the division and we'd love to make the playoffs. That is kind of the 1A, 1B goal for the Packers. And I don't get that vibe from the Brewers at all. It's more of like here's our team. Let's see what we got. Like, how do they stack up against the rest of the MLB?
I tease my brother, who's a diehard Brewer fan. Every year I say, congratulations on winning the Budget Olympics. Like, you did the most with your money and you came in second place.
Yeah. With the money you were willing to spend.
Yes.
You're like that person that goes to Vegas hoping to win it big, but you're only playing the penny slots and you will not go over 1 penny per spin.
You know what?
That's them.
Winners, though, go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison. Don't play the penny slots there. Play the big slots so you can go be a big winner at Ho Chunk Game in Madison.
Yeah,
yes.
Like my little sister. She was out at Ho Chunk the other day, fresh off a national championship win. Mini jackpot.
Which one was she happy about? I'm kidding. Obviously,
I'm going to be honest with you. The mini jackpot paid out better than the national championship did. There's no blinking lights and dinging sounds when we won the national. So I can't speak for her, but I'm pretty sure that was a nice little added bonus because she's a winner and she goes to Ho Chunk.
Well, you've won there too. Is there a little jealousy now to go try to up her win?
Yeah, she like quintupled what I won. So
at least she's going to buy you Coors Light, right?
We'll see.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Jim Rutledge here from Rutledge and Hamilton, weekdays 2 to 4 on ESPN Madison. Listen to Matt and I every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some booze. And continue to listen for your chance to win the grand prize of throwing back a drink with the Rutledge and Hamilton crew. This month, we're giving away Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Listen every Thursday for your chance to win.
Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Made with 5% real fruit juice that's been squeezed and concentrated, plus a little fizz. These beverages are bursting with sweet and tart lemonade flavor. Choose from 4 delicious flavors, including strawberry, blueberry, watermelon, and signature lemonade. Try some Simply Spiked Lemonade, a deliciously refreshing and full-flavored lemonade with 5% alcohol and real fruit juice.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. Whether I'm dropping putts on the golf course or I'm sweeping stones on the ice, Iron Jock is my go-to apparel. Their state-of-the-art silver ion technology is guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own it. Iron Jock gear eliminates 99% of odor-causing bacteria with their performance apparel that was designed from the inside out. Visit ironjock.com to get your Iron Jock apparel or visit any local Fleet Farm dealer today. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Help us close the book on 2022. We have some 2022 Audis still in stock and ready for delivery. You can also take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on most 2022 models. Available on select models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required. Qualified buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends February 28th. See your Audi brand specialist to set up your test drive today. If you're wanting to leave 2022 in the dust, check out our website to view the variety of 23 models arriving daily. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Hi, it's Lee from Nations Lending. Even with home prices and interest rates up, now is still a good time to buy and start building your equity. As they say, date the rate, marry the home. With smart planning through sit down to talk about your budget and ways to help make your home affordable for you. Go to nationsmadison.com to get started today and get the key with Lee. Nations Lending, home loans made human.
Corporate NMLS unique identifier number 32416. To verify a mortgage company or individual license, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Nations Lending is an equal housing lender.
Reading is fundamental. The nation's largest children's literacy organization invites you to rally our children to read. Visit rallytoread.org and help your child pledge to read 100 books by National Reading Month in March. Watch popular authors read their books, find activities to keep young readers motivated, and teachers can enter the Rally to Read sweepstakes for a chance to win 100 books for their school, subject to rules. Inspire your child to read. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Rally to Read! You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
This would be a good song for a little bit about your mental health. Could be for all Wisconsin sports fans right now. I want to get better.
I mean, if you're exclusively a Bucs fan, I envy you.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah,
I envy
you're
you.
living life. 11 straight wins. One of the most likable superstars probably already in sports history.
A healthy big three.
Yes. Now Middleton's out tonight, but still,
Well, but he's healthy.
Yes.
They're just giving him, what is this called?
we'll rest.
Yeah, well, they're giving him rest. It's
Veterans Day.
It's like he's on a timetable. You know what I mean? Like, we're only giving him so many minutes.
Yeah.
You're only giving him so many innings.
It's a strategic sort of short leash there for Chris Middleton. Basically, with Middleton or Giannis or Drew Holiday, if they come in and they say, my knee hurts, they're like, all right, sit down. Like, don't bother. If you don't feel great, not worth it.
Yeah.
And that's what the Celtics did the other day with the Bucks game as well. They said, Tatum, Brown, feel a little tired? Sit out. Not worth it. And
got,
you know what?
Got a little bit of a hangnail. Don't play.
Right. And I'm not going to fight it. I'm not like, and I respect, and I think it counts as a positive in Jordan's record where he was always playing 82 and always playing, 35 plus minutes a game. I think it's great, but I'm also not going to sit here and get on guys for not doing it. It's the era now. So
no one here on the radio wants to hear you go back in my day.
Right. Now I will say, back then they had to fly commercial and now they get to fly private with cryo and everything else going on. But still, if they need the rest days, whatever. It is what it is. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush some Coors Lights. And this Brewers news makes me want to get into them.
I do not blame you. You could maybe dig into some extracts.
Yes. And man, would I ever. It would help me calm down. It would definitely help me relax. Madison Extracts has got your back. If you feel like you need to relax or get some sleep, or maybe you need a rest day because your knee's a little sore, go check out the team at Madison Extracts. Everything. It was all in Wisconsin. It was grown here. It was processed here, and it's sold here. 1810 Wright Street on the east side. If your knee hurts, maybe the balm will work for you. Maybe you need help sleeping. They've got gummies and tinctures that are going to help you relax and get to sleep. Madison Extracts and CBD have all the great things that can help you. All you need to do is go in, ask them about what dosage, what should I take, what's going to be most effective for me, and the experts at Madison Extracts can help you. So go over there, again, 1810 Wright Street. Go talk to the experts because they know what they're talking about, and tell them Matt sent you. That's 1810 Wright Street.
I want to share this with you. Let's hear Corbin Burns again, in case and if you're just tuning in, and I know the roads are nasty out there. Nobody wants to be driving around. So maybe you're listening to Wisconsin on Demand. Maybe you're watching us on YouTube or at Jim and Matt. Once our stream is back up and running, there's a peek over there and see all the jackpots we won in the Ho-Chunk game in Madison.
Whoop, whoop.
Alex, you're having a day. What's going on back there?
I don't know. Just having a day.
He's having a snow day too. All the kids got one. Stroph's like, I'm still a kid.
Is
true.
That we're going with?
He's 24 now. So he's an adult.
Oh, first time you've gotten that right all way. Very good.
Big boy pants for Alex Stroff today.
I'm a man. I'm 24.
You inverse your age. And
I'm a man.
And
I'm
your
40.
Age. Our ages are inverse now.
Are you 42?
Obviously.
God, you're old.
Context, Alex. That's what inverse means.
do all of our ages add up to 6?
Ooh, yeah, technically for the next couple days.
Yeah, it's your birthday this weekend, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I am going to go to one of my favorite restaurants here in town, and then I'm going to go to a barcade.
Would you like to celebrate your birthday on the show tomorrow or Monday?
Ooh. Dealer's choice.
No, I'm not the dealer.
You're
It's
the
birthday
executive
boys.
producer.
No, I'm not.
What are we doing right now?
All of a
We're
sudden,
doing
he
a
has-
show meeting.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have a birthday party for me on the show on Monday.
I got that, but I just thought we were doing a radio show currently, not a show
we're
playing
gonna do
show.
it Monday.
Okay.
It's 4 nights of complete darkness.
Is that when Aaron comes out?
Yeah, I think so. Well, he goes in when? Tomorrow?
I don't know.
So
I mean,
think,
he
I
knows.
think it's 5 days.
He's had this plan for 16 years, if you didn't know. 16 years.
You're lying. That is fake news, Jim.
I'm just questioning everything.
It's 4 nights of complete darkness.
Oh, man. All right. That sounds like the next couple nights here in Wisconsin with all the snow.
Yeah.
But let's hear from Corbin Burns because you're funny. You play Aaron Rodgers. We talk about athletes and their openness. I love how Corbin Burns is open without an agenda. He's just sharing his feelings. Let's hear from Corbin Burns.
There's no denying that the relationship is definitely hurt from what perspired over the last couple of weeks. There's really no way getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals and we're going to go out there and do our job, and I'm going to keep giving what I can every fifth day that I go out there. But when some of the things that are said that for instance, basically put me in the forefront of the reason why we didn't make the postseason last year. That's something that probably doesn't need to be said. You can go about a hearing without having to do that. So that's kind of one of those things that obviously there was no attacking of character, of person of who I was, but just some of the stuff that was said that definitely didn't need to be said is something that I think kind of disappointed everyone.
Brett Leclerc chimes in. It'll look pretty fun when Jed Hoyer brings Burns to the Cubs. To your point, he'll be a free agent. And you know what? It's not impossible. If you're extra annoyed with your team, Chicago's got a lot of money in the coffers now. Going down there and saying, hey, I'll even give you a discount just to stick it to the Brewers.
Well, we know the Brewers
regularly.
are trading him.
That's a very good point.
Like, the Brewers aren't going to just let him walk and be like, thanks for your time. We want nothing for you.
They'll just, tank a promising season by crushing everyone's soul because they made a money moving
the All-Star break.
Like they did with Josh Hader this time around.
Oh, that was so brutal.
Now, we don't need to juxtapose this to Rodgers, but this is, to your point, you like athletes who are putting themselves out there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a way that most athletes this is really, I would say, from our perspective, but from a fan perspective, this is great insight into Burns as a baseball player, but how he is feeling. But he's also, he's not sharing, he's not sharing what he's doing in his free time and the rest of it there. But again, this is a way, a good happy medium of Corbin Burns understands that there's consequences to his actions right now.
Right.
But he also understands that he read the room.
Yeah.
And he's reading the room and saying that I think most people are going to agree with me.
Right. Well, I mean, so
kudos to Corbin for speaking his mind there.
Yeah. And this might be a little bit too, like, in the sense, like, he is trying to get ahead of the narrative. He's saying, yeah, we got put through arbitration for X amount of dollars, and no, they didn't question me as a person, which is great. Like, they're not a bad organization, but they're pinching pennies right now. And they brought up the ideas of me losing games and things like that. Like, he's definitely controlling the narrative to make the Brewers look like the bad guys here, which is exactly what our boy Aaron Rodgers does. But he did it in a very professional way with a lot of decorum.
And straightforward.
Yeah.
There's no agenda from Burns, because the thing that with Rodgers that gets under my skin is that I honestly believe that he thinks he's so much smarter than the rest of us that he is shocked when there's pushback on the things that he says. And so he is saying things and he just expects us all to just take what he says as gospel. It's very politician-esque of, I'm speaking to you like you're an idiot. And I assume you're just going to take everything I have to say at face value because you're an idiot. And so that's the way that I think Rodgers, because what Rodgers wants, and McAfee gives it to him, is a pulpit. He has a bully pulpit where he can spew out everything he wants to say, and there's no access to a direct response to what he's being said, because McAfee's not going to do it. He's just there to fluff.
He's just like, okay, man, right.
And so
pumps him up.
And Burns, we don't have to compare the two. That was a Q&A with reporters.
Yeah.
So Burns was out there. He knew what was coming, and he gave very straightforward, honest answers there. At 844-770-3776, we can follow up on this. Adam Madison chimes in. The roads suck, just an FYI. 844-770-3776.
Breaking news. Sky is blue.
Tell us the conditions.
Yeah.
What's it like out there? I had my truck from Cinnamon Chevy. I was cutting through everything. I scoffed a little bit at school being canceled today. Scoffed a little bit about other things being canceled.
It was canceled like last night.
I know.
Right?
I woke up this morning, nothing on the ground. Like my wife's like, great. So we have a snow day with no snow for the kids to play in.
Right.
Now, at least the snow is coming, but I had no problems on the road. But again, I was able to pop in a 4-wheel drive. And I'm not saying the roads are great. I just took my sweet time.
Yeah.
And on the major roads. The worst part out there today, the parking lots. Because those just aren't getting touched right now.
Right.
But it's warm enough. It's salted enough. It hits the roads. But 844-770-3776. If you can call in or text in safely, share the road conditions with us.
Yeah.
Why not? Are you sick of snow?
No.
Really?
No.
I'm about ready. My wife sent me a picture of the kids. Here's the text she sent me of the girls shoveling. They're shoveling your side of the driveway. I think she's trying to make me feel bad because the last time it snowed, I came home in a horrible mood because I just came home and I had the truck, so I was able to go over it. But you got all that snow at the bottom of the driveway.
Yeah, because the plow.
And it was like thick, wet snow. So I had the snowblower, but still, it's just a pain because it's so high that it just took a while to get through it. So she said they're shoveling your side of the driveway so you can get in later and not be mad and grumpy. So because I was in a horrendous. I hate
grumpy dad.
I hate snow. I hate everything about it. I cannot stand it. I hope it never snows again ever in the history of the state of Wisconsin. I
Can
cannot
we put that poll question
stand
up?
snow.
Do you like snow?
Or should you say, do you hate snow?
Yeah, either one.
It's different, Alex. Hate is stronger.
Hate is stronger.
Yes.
And Jim lets it flow through him.
What are we doing here, Alex? Are you reading an article?
Judgmental Jim. Judgmental Jim. Judgmental Jim. Judgmental Jim.
I'm not judging you if you like snow. I'm saying I hate snow. I know other people go out and do stuff in the snow, but none of it's fun. Like if you go, it's everyone is so mean to me. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. I took my youngest sledding. We went sledding, but then everything's wet and we're cold. And then we did it for like 25 minutes. I actually didn't mind that. We did it once. Yeah. My wife didn't like it. This was too boring for her.
Find a hill,
right?
It's definitely exciting when you find a hill in cross country skis.
Well, and the only time I've gone cross country skiing was down in Galena at Eagle Ridge Golf Resort. So we went over the golf course. So there were some.
Yeah,
there are some hills when we did that. But 844-770-3776. Brett and Eau Claire chimes in. Eau Claire, great road conditions and 20 degrees. No snow in this part of the state. Sounds amazing up there. Brett and Eau Claire. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Hi, this is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. Integrity, excellence, quality, and community are what we value here at Ridgetop because we want to do a great job to help our friends and neighbors. We always want to exceed expectations because customer service is our number one goal. We're trusted local experts you can count on for your home exterior projects. Thanks for choosing Ridgetop Exteriors for your home's next project. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Did you know that several industries like e-commerce, healthcare, and surprisingly hospitality are heading for a hiring boom this spring? If you need to hire qualified candidates ASAP for any of these industries or any other industry, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's matching technology finds qualified candidates, and you can invite your top choices to apply. Millions of employers have used ZipRecruiter to help grow their teams. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Greeny to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/GREENY.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie. Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our travel peace of mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
George, come here. Oh, you have to try this. Oh, yes, this is nice. Say, how do you pronounce these things? Is it Chase or Chase? Oh, either way, I could spend 77 years on one of these, binging all of my shows.
It's Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Relax with new furniture and a free Theragun Prime massager with a purchase of $39.99 or more. Plus, get an extra $100 off your purchase of $19.99 or more. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Perfect snow driving music. What is your snow driving music? 844-770-3776. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. He's Hamilton and Rutledge. Hello. We are presented by Coors Light. Take the Coors Light in the snow, and the mountains will be blue, and then you know what to do.
That's crush. Coors Light. And that is honestly my favorite way to enjoy a beer, especially a Coors Light. When you can just stick it on the porch, a little bit of snow on it, you got to wipe off the top a little bit because you got some fresh powder on there. Oh, doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely. Rip and Rona chimes in. How much money are we saving with sand instead of salt? Because whatever it is, it's not worth it. I think that's an environment thing, not a money-saving thing. Maybe it saves money too.
I mean,
salt's not cheap. I've also drawn a line. I'm not buying salt. Like whatever we got left, that's it. I'm not doing it.
Oh my gosh. Live on my driveway.
Right. That's a little different.
I am keeping the salt companies in business with my driveway.
I bet.
I might try and repave my driveway with salt.
Your driveway is what, a 90-degree angle? No, what it was.
It's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts. I don't think it's quite like a 45, but it gets real steep right at the end. Like I got to look both ways at the top of my driveway, and then like when it's snowy like this, and then I just accept the slide. And I sure hope I paid attention when I looked both ways, because you're just sliding out of the driveway. You're not.
Are you sliding on your butt or on your feet?
In my car.
Oh.
Like I'm driving out of the driveway.
What do you think he was doing?
Like going to the mailbox.
Oh, I mean, if I did that, I'd just put my curling shoes on and just slide down the driveway.
Salt doesn't work below 15 degrees, but sand fills and clogs sewers. They both stink. Adam and Madison chimes in 844-770-3776. So it actually, you brought up your driveway, and you were nice. You hooked us. We had a good opportunity to get a good connect on some Columbia gear. So we stopped by after watching you curling.
Oh yeah.
Me, the wife and kids. You were curling at the McFarland Ice Center a couple weeks ago or a month ago with your own tournament. So we swung by and you brought out the gear we're picking up. And we pulled up with my wife, and she's like, I can't believe they live here. As soon as we pull, I would have been a deal breaker as soon as we got here with the real estate agent of being like, there's no world where I could want to have a driveway like this. So
yeah,
what was
she
that
didn't
conversation?
See the backyard. Like
no, the backyard is great.
Exactly.
Right. But it was one of those things where, I mean, that had to at least be part of the conversation of like.
Totally. And the whole conversation, as usual, is like, don't worry, babe, I'll take care of it. I'll do the driveway, except when I'm out of town. And I think today might be one of the first days that we get like a substantial snow that I'm home.
Yeah.
The other like 2 or 3 times I've been off gallivanting, curling, and the wife's like, hey, Matt, remember that time you said you'd be the guy that takes care of the driveway? Well, what are you doing now?
You're playing in the snow or playing on the ice is what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what you were up to. We are asking the question, our Iron Jack poll question. What team is bothering you the most right now? And what do we have here? Number 1, a lot of votes in so far. Packers by a hair. The Brewers have made a major comeback. So which Wisconsin team is the most
Which is unlike them.
844-770-3776. The Brewers at 40%, Packers at 44%, and Badger basketball for being boring at 16%.
Yeah, slightly, just a little bit higher than their shooting percentage the other night in the last 10 minutes.
Well, actually, for the whole game, I feel like it was 22% or something. They made 22 of 66 shots. I think that was like 33% or something. I don't know. It wasn't good. It was really
that
bad.
includes layups, people.
No dunks, though. It's only
yeah, that's not Badger basketball.
No. Can it? Alex, how many dunks do you see from the Badgers per game that you're at?
Maybe 1 or 2.
Nice.
Sejan had a good one on Tuesday.
The fact that you can, I feel like
The
if
fact
you
that you
really
can
tried,
pick one out, yeah.
you could like probably name every dunk that every player.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
team
you're
has
probably
had.
right. Crowell's had a few, Wall's had a few. I think Sejan's at
And
2
there's
or 3
nothing
now.
less exciting than a crawl dunk.
It's pretty minimal, but he's sweet. I like Stephen Crowell. Good
Like
game on
sweet, like a
Tuesday.
nice person.
I think he's a sweet player.
I mean, like he's a big guy. He can't move his feet. Like he's okay.
He's ripped his jersey twice now this season to wear number 41 instead. I enjoy that little fun fact.
Why does he do that?
It's not on purpose.
Brett,
Just
well,
happens.
you said he ripped his jersey, so I didn't know if he's
the back of his jersey is ripped twice this year, and it happened again on Tuesday.
Brett Leclerc chimes in. His vote's for Badger basketball.
That's
Badger
fine.
basketball, honestly, watching Badger basketball, or actually the style of play for Badger basketball is like driving in the snow. You just have to like take it slow, easy.
You're a Bo
Nothing
Ryan
exciting,
guy, though, aren't you? You're a
Nothing
Bo Ryan
exciting.
guy. It's the same style as the Bo Ryan teams.
Get out of
The
here.
Bo Ryan teams had a couple more exciting players.
Correct.
That's my big issue.
They were
But
winning
the
30
style of
games
play,
a year.
The style of play is the same, though.
No, it was this on steroids.
It's defense, it's free throws, it's offensive rebounds.
That's philosophy. That's not style of play. Those teams, because they had better players, were more dynamic and scored more points. There's a difference there. I agree. Philosophy is the same. It's not a bad philosophy. I'm not saying that the Badgers should change their philosophy. Yes, shoot more free throws than your opponent, play good defense, grab rebounds, and the points will come. And if you run the swing offense with athletic players, we've seen it. You get first round draft picks.
Yeah,
multiple. Decker, Frank, Devin Harris, and now I'm also Alonzo Tucker, all first rounders.
And fun to
most
watch.
of those are lottery picks.
Stephen Crowell, first rounder.
Of what?
Are you calling that right now?
Is this
Just
before
like
or
you
after
called
they
the
make the Final
Badgers
Four?
making the Final Four?
Rip and Rona chimes in. He's sweet? Question mark.
Yeah.
Hey, sweet.
Any
was your
athlete that's going to talk to Strofe is going to be immediately in his good graces.
Technically,
that's not true.
Did you interview Crowell on Valentine's Day?
I did not ask him any questions after the press conference was over, though. I did walk up to him and ask what happened to his jersey.
So you spent more time with Stephen Crowell on Valentine's Day than your significant other.
That's why he's sweet.
Right? Is that correct?
Yeah, it would be. That would be correct.
The show romantic. Alex Joe. Who else did you spend time with on Valentine's? You spent more time with Matt and I.
Yeah, I did.
A nice little throuple
And
thing. going on
everybody that
here.
works here.
Yeah.
Oh, throuple thing now? Is that what we
Sure,
are?
yeah, well.
Matt is a swinger after all. Yeah.
Swinger of golf clubs.
Not as good as me.
Yeah,
I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, Jim
Hall of
Rutledge.
Famer golfer. Yeah. Anyway, what are we
Brett
doing here?
Leclerc chimes in. I want to know who else you spent more time with than your significant other on Valentine's Day. Brett Leclerc chimes
Brett
in.
Leclerc, probably.
I think Chucky didn't have a dunk last year.
Wait, what?
Or I think Chucky has not dunked this year.
I don't think he has either, but I could be wrong.
Got to get to the rim.
He's a point guard. What point guards are throwing down dunks normally?
What? I mean, I know it's different sports, but don't say like point guard, like John Morant.
Well, the NBA is different.
But he did it in college too.
He did. That's true.
Yeah. Like all
But
the
like, I mean,
Blue
at
Blood schools
Wisconsin,
point
what
guards.
Wisconsin point, like Bronson Koenig and Trayvon Jackson were never throwing down hammers. You know what I mean?
I
True.
suppose, what was it? Tucker and Devin Harris were shooting guards.
No, Tucker was a point guard.
Tucker would throw down.
I'm sorry.
occasionally.
Harris was a point guard. Tucker
Harris
was a
was-
small forward.
Yeah, Harris definitely threw down.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
Yeah.
He was good. He was really good.
he was a lot of fun to watch. That was
And like
That was a
Gosser
time.
did, but like Gosser had a nasty knee injury.
Saw him in the parking garage yesterday.
That's awesome. Hey, cool. Speaking of random encounters, we're going to
Yeah.
hear that one that Alex Strofe had on the phone a little bit earlier today. We're going to hear about that next. Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
There may be snow on the ground, but now is the time to get excited about enjoying the outdoors on luxury patio furniture. Let the trained staff of the Bruce Company help you bring your outdoor dreams to life. The Bruce Company, your outdoor living experts. The Wisconsin men's basketball team just one game under 500 in Big Ten play after a big win over Michigan at the Kohl Center on Tuesday night. Golf legend and Badger superfan Andy North appeared on Wilde and Tausch Wednesday and was impressed with the win.
I think they played unbelievably hard. They only turned the ball over 5 times. They had a season-high 15 offensive rebounds, and they just out-hustled and found a way to get a win against a team that might have been more talented.
The Badgers continue their homestand on Saturday as they welcome Rutgers to the Kohl Center. It's an 11 o'clock tip Saturday morning.
Lock in your prices at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by February 28th and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years, thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected, thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Nice run. It's great being back out on the mountain. You sort of disappeared for a while. Everything okay? Between you and me, it was lower testosterone. Lower T? Yeah. The doc told me once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone, and that can make it harder to stay in shape. That's why I started taking Nugenix Total T. It's made a huge difference. Oh, I've seen that on TV. Is it for real? For sure. It's the #1 doctor-recommended testosterone booster. It boosts free and total testosterone levels to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. My wife, my boss, my kids, everyone has noticed a change in me. Do they still give out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves? Yes. Just send them a text.
Guys, text HATCH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back in shape fast, absolutely free. Text HATCH to 321-321. That's HATCH to 321-321.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Set your sights on huge savings during Fleet Farm's Take Aim event. Now's your chance to stock up on ammo and save with trusted brands like Sig Sauer, Beretta, Ruger, and Vortex. And save big on firearms, including $120 off a Rock Island 1911 pistol. Plus, stop in and check out our wide selection of gun safes, ammo cans, optics, and more. Get everything you need to hit the target during the Take Aim event going on now at Fleet Farm.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
I've been dreaming
get your phones out. Honestly, you should just save this number in your phone so you can just tell Siri to call ESPN Madison. 844.
Or you can say call Matt. Call Matt.
844-770-3776. What? Give me a number, Alex Stroh.
Let's go with my guy, Aaron Rodgers.
What's Corbin Burns' number?
51.
So 6.
Oh,
Add them together.
I was going to go 12 for Rodgers, but sure, we can do caller 6.
Caller
Can
6.
I answer call 6?
Sure, come on in.
In honor of Corbin Burns. 844-770-3776. We are giving away a case of Simply Spiked Lemonade. Yes, it is that fantastic Simply Lemonade spiked. Multiple flavors. It is a variety pack. The blueberry, lemonade, traditional, watermelon, and strawberry. All of them are off the chain. 844-770-3776. Caller number 6 gets a case. That is 24 cans of this. A case of Simply Spiked Lemonade. Caller number 6. 844-770-3776. Caller number 6 gets that case of Simply Spiked Lemonade. 844-770-3776.
It's that good brand, that Simply brand that makes delicious lemonade and other juices. Like, then you throw in a little bit of booze. Like, how do you go wrong? It takes you don't have to do anything anymore. Just go into your fridge and grab a can. It's delicious.
Our Iron Jock poll question: which Wisconsin team is the most frustrating? Brewers right now at 41%, Packers at 44%, and Badger basketball at 15%. And we want to get to the other thing here is, do you hate snow? And I do hate snow. And right now, 61% of people say no, they don't hate snow. But 39% of people say yes, they hate snow. That's actually better than I thought I was going to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. If you live here in Wisconsin, you hate snow. Like, that's on you. Like, I understand if you're visiting and you really hate the snow. Okay, I understand. You're not from here. But Jimmy, you were born here. You were raised here. You wandered off to Florida for a little bit. And then Florida Jim came back and decided no more snow.
I don't think I liked snow when I was up here the first time.
Oh, come on. When you were a kid, you're telling me you don't like snow?
But I like playing basketball and football, and snow gets in the way.
Oh, first of all, the basketball will give you.
Yeah.
Snow football outside with your buddies is the best. Fumbles galore.
That's true. But here's the thing.
Tackling was
easier.
You're getting knocked right into a powder. Like, you can light your buddy up.
That's true. But like, I don't think, I always hate it. It's all the accessories, and now it's even worse when you have kids. A secret one chimes in. We're talking about the Canadian rapper from the 90s, right? When he's asking if we hate snow. Do you know who Snow is?
No.
Oh, well, when Stroh's off the phone.
I wasn't listening to rap in the 90s. I was probably listening to like Barney.
I don't know if it's okay to call this rap. He ripped off rap and reggae. It was like a #1 song to the point where Jim Carrey made fun of it on In Living Color. Like, it was right up there. It was right after Ice Ice Baby. It was Snow with Informer. We'll have Stroh play it coming back from break after his Sports Center here. He's busy on the phones. We do clearly have a winner now.
Yeah.
So you got distracted.
We simply have a winner.
But
when do I ever get distracted?
I said Matt got distracted because Matt wanted to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Can you do us a favor here? So
Sure.
one of our Twitter fans here asked, he said, we're talking about the Canadian rapper from the 90s, right? And Snow. So look up on YouTube, you can look up Informer from Snow, and it's clean, so you can just play it. But I will say this with kids, but I feel like even when I was younger, snow pants, the Nola sledding a couple weeks ago last time it snowed. And I swear it took longer to get everything loaded up and then into the truck, then over to the sledding hill, and then.
Yes. Oh, I know this song. Yeah,
I knew you knew.
I also know this song. Let's go.
Yeah, I love snow.
I do like this snow. I don't know what he's saying.
I have no idea what he's saying.
A leaky boom boom down.
Something like that, yeah. Blow down me door.
Oh, goodness gracious. What?
That would be an awful karaoke song. Unless you could do it, but I would just butcher that song to oblivion.
Yes, everyone would butcher that song to oblivion. But, what's really, Honestly, though, I'd honestly like someone who did that for their karaoke song, just from the idea of like they're not taking it serious. Then, like they have to have like fun with it, because the worst karaoke person is the person that like is taking it too serious.
Yeah, if they're good, I don't care. If they're like really good. There's a bartender at one of my favorite karaoke spots in town who every once in a while during the night will go out and sing, and he definitely takes it very seriously, but he is super good.
Yeah,
and I really
great, that's a
appreciate
little
it.
different
Yeah.
too. But it's just
See, I'm terrible, so I just get into the showmanship of getting to be on stage, and I give it my best effort.
Same
but
here.
I like hold the mic out for the crowd to
me
sing.
too.
You know,
see, and I just
typically it's all star.
I think there's
Same.
I think there's one of my Rutledge rules here. The couple are like
Rutledge rules.
Yeah, just like
What the hell is that?
I feel like this is like a book. One
Yeah.
of my Rutledge rules.
I really need to-
volume 1.
Right. Like what? Like for an example here, a Rutledge rule is the girl cutting your hair doesn't like you. Like it's just good rules to live by. Like she's paid to act, and she might like you as like a person, but she doesn't want to date you. And then there's the bartender, waitress,
Yeah.
whatever. They
All
too,
that falls into that
they
category.
do not like you. And then another one is being good at karaoke is so rare that you're probably not. Like if you think you're like, I can knock out of the park, you're probably one of the Jags or people like, oh God, this guy again. He's gonna get up here and sing Frank Sinatra because it's the only
That's Colin Huffman, my teammate. He just bangs out Sinatra songs.
because like that's in everyone's register. Like any guy can sing Johnny Cash or Frank Sinatra. So like you're not good at it.
Clip that. I gotta send that to him, Stro.
Like Strofe, can you give me a Frank Sinatra?
You want me to sing Frank Sinatra?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no.
Start spreading the news.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mistakes. I've made a few.
Yeah,
I'm leaving today.
You want to give me one?
No.
What about
I'm
Johnny
not-
Cash? You can
I'm
do a
not-
Johnny Cash too.
I've never claimed to be a singer.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
I went down, down, down in that ring of fire.
He sounds so old when he does it.
I
He
know.
looks like he's trying to sound like
How do you
an
remove
old
your
man.
teeth? You sound like you have no teeth when you do it.
Well, you got to sound old. Old people don't have teeth.
All right, we teased it before the break. And why don't you share it now? Who did you get a phone call from? We were sitting in the ESPN Madison production room there.
Yeah, the phone starts ringing, which, I mean, it's the same number you would call if you're calling into the show. And
Not me, the
well,
callers.
not right. And the caller ID, Jim, you read the caller ID before I did. It said
Andy North.
And I said, huh. So I answered the phone, and it was Mr. North, the legend he is, Madison legend. And he was looking for a woman.
Did you say your name?
I did.
Were you hoping for a reaction?
No. I don't think he knows who I am.
Now pause. Do you think
I
Alex...
wanted to make it sound formal, unlike because I figured it was a mistake.
Okay, but Matt, do you think somewhere in Alex's psyche back there is like, I'm going to say my name just on the off chance that maybe Andy, when he's in town, listens to the station and maybe he's heard my name?
Well, I've met Andy before, but I don't
Well,
expect him to remember me.
Yeah,
everyone's
and
met Andy North
certainly-
100 times. And
and
I love Andy, but like,
certainly, I absolutely think that Strofe was throwing it out there,
No.
hoping that he
I didn't say
find-
Alex Strofe. I just said Alex.
I think you said Strofe.
No, I just said ESPN Madison. This is Alex.
You're full radio.
Which I've
guy.
never answered the phone like before. I always
Right.
answer the phone with Rutledge and Hamilton. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And
That's how you should have.
Sorry, you're not caller 6. Goodbye.
Congratulations. You won a case of Simply Spiked lemonade. Come on in, give me an autograph, and you can have it. That's what you said? No?
No.
Who was our winner?
It was Dave.
Just Dave?
What do you want to?
Dave in the
Madison. Is
listening
that
area.
Dave and Madison. That's
Dave in the listening area.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave. Great. Great stuff there. Who won? Dave.
Riveting.
No longer need your Frank Sinatra impersonations. We did
New York.
The poll now is up to 46% Packers as far as the Wisconsin team that is most
Felt like
frustrating.
Green Bay to me.
844-770-3776. Lance P chimes in. You guys should realize any poll with the Packers in it, the Packers will always win. And Dan chimes in. The Brewers are
Well, that's
playing
no fun.
the system they're in. Every other team plays the same system. The system is broken, but let's not forget the players voted for said system. Dan, sorry, get out of here. Get out of here. They're not playing the system. Just pay the $750,000 to not infuriate and alienate your star pitcher after you just infuriated and alienated your entire baseball team by trading one of your best players to save some money at the All-Star break.
And I'm with you, Jim. Like, yeah, they're all playing the same system, but they all pretend like they all have different budgets. Like the Brewers don't have to have a cheap budget. We don't. But we pretend like we do, and you raise kids like me saying that you do, and I just take it for granted, and I don't question it.
Detroit,
I'm going to do my own research.
Question everything. Detroit and Minneapolis, the Twins, both Minnesota, spend more money than the Brewers this year, this upcoming season.
And, I mean, it's not like they're better teams than the Brewers, right?
Yeah, and it's just, and I never get it. I never understand it. Why are we riding or dying with the ownership? Like right there, that is a owner's Stan account. Like, is that Antanasio? Like, did he just chime in on a burner account? Like, who's trying to ride or die with the owners? Like, it's just a system, man. Owners need their $750,000 too.
If there was a salary cap, I understand all this. But the fact is there's no salary cap. This is a time for owners to be like, I'm going to pinch your pennies now. This arbitration is for me to pinch pennies. Thanks for signing the deal that allowed me to point out every single one of your flaws every time you did anything wrong, so I can try and save a few bucks on the cap that we don't have. For every dollar I'm saving on you, that gets to go to my pocket. And you better believe I'm not putting it back into the stadium for you.
No, he's asking the government to do that for him.
Yeah, it's not like that extra dollar is going to go towards like a better tailgating experience for you.
Talk about losing the PR battle. The Brewers are trying to save $750,000 from Corbin Burns, then asking the government for $300 million in repairs at their stadium.
Yeah, why don't you just cut the whole team and then repair the stadium?
Or you just do both. I don't know. Pay your players and
get the government to do it.
Do you have any famous relatives in your family tree?
Alexander Hamilton on the $10 bill.
Premature topicalation right there from Matt Hamilton.
No idea.
Dear God. I was trying to tease you, Matt, and you just blew the topic. And now we got to come back on the other side, and we'll see if Alex Stroh's got a famous member in the family tree, because Cody and Milton does. So do I. 844-770-3776. Do you have a famous member in your family tree? This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is, and I'm Alex Stroh. Your Sports Center update brought to you by the Green and Gold Fix podcast, home to the best Packers conversation from ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe, rate, and review the Green and Gold Fix podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. February 16th, the day pitchers and catchers report for the Milwaukee Brewers down in Arizona as spring training approaches. But the big Brewers news this week revolves around their former Cy Young award-winning pitcher, Corbin Burns. The team and Burns went to arbitration, and Burns did not win. Corbin Burns speaking to reporters just hours ago.
There's no denying that the relationship was definitely hurt from what perspired over the last couple of weeks. There's really no way getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals, and we're going to go out there and do our job.
Wolf, continued coverage on all things Brew Crew as spring training approaches over at ESPNWisconsin.com. The Wisconsin men's basketball team off till Saturday when they host Rutgers. But Joey Brackets, has Wisconsin listed as the second to last team in the tournament. If it started today, that would be Team 67 of 68 options. Rutledge and Hamilton continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the show.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Starts read in the news. I'm leaving today. This is a part of it. New York, New York. I mean, I don't know. Is this one of your,
put my headphones on?
is this
so
one
you
of your
guys have
buddy
done some-
things?
He's pretty good.
I know, but this is the key a lot. I mean, my whole point is, like, this is a key that you can even hit.
Yeah.
New York.
No, you can hit the key, but like he's got more talent than I do for sure.
844-770-3776. That's how you can chime in with maybe famous family tree members. And
Alexander Hamilton.
calm down, buddy.
Hey now.
Think of baseball. Think of baseball.
Hey now.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors
Dead
Light.
cats. Dead cats.
The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
What do you think of?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Is that your go-to?
Or you can like run through a roster of your favorite team.
Oh, I went through like a movie.
I don't like to think of anything gross. I don't want to throw myself off.
Movie casts.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
List. There you go.
Good to know.
Yeah. There you go.
Life lessons on Rutledge.
Things I don't think I knew about anyone else in the world, but now I know it about both of you. So great.
Yeah.
You want to chime in? 844-770-3776.
Or don't.
What do you think of?
What do you think of? Either you're listening or you don't. So you can answer that if you're not. What do you think of? So Cody and Milton chimed in. I'm related to June Carter, Johnny Cash's ex-wife. I thought that was his. I thought they were married until they passed, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. I have some cash in my family, according to Ancestry.com.
Brag.
But he can't
Rich
sing.
guy.
He also dated Paul Molitor and Steve Stricker's nieces. So
he followed that up with bag fumbled.
I did see that. And then what do we got?
He has
here?
cash
Adam
in the
Mattis-
family. What a brag.
Sadler says Alexander Graham Bell is in his family tree. So there
That's
you
who
go.
created the telephone.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Nailed it, Stroh.
Oh my goodness.
I don't actually think I'm related to Alexander Hamilton, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't think you were.
I was told that, but I think that my grandfather was just joking.
Adam and Madison chimes in. I'm the famous member in my family. A couple guys in the local radio show know me pretty well through text at this point. So.
Nice. Nailed it.
Strofe, do you have anyone?
Nah.
Really?
I got nothing.
No side brushes. Like our social media queen said she had some cousins on a reality TV show. Nothing. Like
I got nothing, dude.
It's just a
Nothing.
boring old Strofe, huh?
Just me, man. I'm the famous one around here.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Is that what you tell yourself?
No, not even a little bit.
If things start going sideways, I'm famous, is what Alex Strofe tells himself.
I actually might be, though.
You are.
Like,
You are.
As long as I'm not related to Alexander Hamilton, I think I am.
This is my rule of thumb. If there was a Wikipedia page about you, you're famous.
Wow.
That's my rule.
But
That's
Matt,
a low bar.
see, if Matt was a good brother, he could say, well, Becca Hamilton. Like, just a little bit humble and, like, obviously it's Matt.
Yeah, but she's never won a gold medal.
I was saying just to be a nice brother.
That's the thing is I've been a nice brother earlier this week. I've already hit my quota. Don't need to go above and beyond.
Clearly, Matt is more famous, but, like,
I hope you're listening, Becca.
You could just do the nice thing.
Nah.
I'm glad to see the
How
children.
about no?
Look, you're preaching to the choir. I would do the same thing to my brother. So there's no judgment here. I used to say it was Goldie Hawn, but now it would be Kate Hudson is the most famous person in my family tree because
distant.
Yes, they both are related. Goldie Hawn is related to Edward Rutledge, who signed the Declaration of Independence.
All right.
It's not some sort. I don't know 17. I don't know the relation. I just know that our family tree also goes back to Edward Rutledge, who signed the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
That's all I know, according to my grandfather. But he
Again,
actually,
my grandfather told me Alexander Hamilton.
now he
as
did
well.
it before. Like, I don't know if it's an old person's thing. And 844-770-3776, and maybe those websites have ruined this. But like, I feel like anyone I knew, like relatives that were older than 60, would just get really into like finding their family tree. But this is before like you could do ancestry.com.
Right.
So he was like calling people, and like he had a whole book, and like he made a whole thing. He could be wrong.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
But like he put the effort in. He wasn't making it up. Like he made phone and like traced it all the way back and
Right.
passed him too. Like he didn't stop at Edward Rutledge. So like that's where it's just kind of but he could also just wanted it to be that case because his name was Edward Rutledge and that's my middle name from it. But
He's
it's just
doing his own research.
doing his own research. Question everything.
Is Ancestry.com free?
Probably not. Nothing's free.
Nothing's free.
Oh, because I was going to look it up quick, but that seems like it'll take a lot of time.
Yeah. Honestly, Strofe, I'd be more interested in like the 23andMe. I want to know exactly what my heritage is because I always thought it was like German Scottish. I'm sure there's more in there.
I actually wouldn't hate that, but I also don't want to spend the money on
Jim,
it.
do you think if
exactly.
do you think you and I are related?
Why? Do you think we're related?
I'm just asking.
You're
if
just
you think
trying
we
to
are.
hone
'Cause you
in on
guys
my
bicker
Kate
like
Hudson.
a married couple.
Us?
Cody,
Yes.
Now Cody Milton's pocket shaming us. He says it's like $50. So,
Oh,
maybe-
oh. I mean, just
Maybe
the
I should
way
just
he
do it.
wrote it, he said, "I've got cash in the family," and I was like,
Cash money.
yes, not Johnny Cash. I was thinking he was talking about he was rich.
I'm rich. Rip and Rona chimes in back to the Brewers conversation. My favorite is Antanasio is a businessman. Get out of here with that. If you're a billionaire, you shouldn't be owning a sports team to make money off of it. It should be like a toy for you. And I actually 100% agree with that. The worst type of owners are the owners that need the money from the team.
Right.
Because that is a problem.
I want that to be like a hobby. I want
Yes.
this to be something that you like a passion.
A passion project. That's what it should be. The best owners is a passion. Now they could screw it up, but if it is a form of revenue that is significant to you, because it is not a cash flow business.
Or here's the thing: even if it's not, don't treat it like one. That's the issue. Is I'm sure Antanasio was fine. Like he obviously made all this money prior to buying the Brewers. Like I'm sure the money wasn't an issue, but don't treat the Brewers like it's like your way to make money. That is, it's almost like this is something you want to do because you're interested in the sport and you want to see if you can't build a team that's really great and you can make a fan base very happy. And honestly, if you make a fan base very happy, the money will come. That's my philosophy.
So Mark Antanasio, he founded an investment group, it looks like here. Crescent Capital Group, I don't know what that is. But he controls $26 billion in assets is his thing as far as investing, things like that. He bought the Milwaukee Brewers for $223 million, which is chump change at this point. He bought them in 2005 for that price.
And you say they're worth
in March of 2022,
billion
they
now?
were valued by Forbes at $1.28 billion.
That's a nice jump.
Yeah. So, and he's also invested into other teams. Like this is just bad optics.
What other teams?
It's a soccer team. I can look it up here in a second, but he also has invested into a soccer team. And it's Norwich City.
Premier League team. Gotcha.
A £10 million investment. I don't know what.
That's a lot of weight.
Yes. I don't know that.
A pound, I think, is like $1.30 right now, $1.20.
So you're looking at me like
what's happening?
I'm giving him.
You
the
do know that a
conversion
pound is
rate.
a form of money, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just didn't know how out of it you were there, Alex.
Out of it.
Nick and Madison chimes in. My great grandma's cousin beat Joe Louis the heavyweight, to become heavyweight champion of the world. Max Schmeling. This is what I want. Nick and Madison, thank you. 844-770-3776. I want my cousin's grandmother's sister, like, dated a Rockefeller. Like, that's what I want. I love that stuff. 844-770-3776. I want random connections. Are you randomly or basically adjacent to celebrity, I want to hear it. 844-770-3776. We're going to throw some stones coming up next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
What do I want? I like that one. It's not my mood. Oh, yeah. That's the one. Leo from Abita Brewing Company is back on Ben's Beer Fridge once again, and he's going to get us in a mood for a little great Mardi Gras celebration. He gives us the scoop on the Mardi Gras Bock and all the great things you should pair with it.
Mardi Gras Bock is our first seasonal beer that we release every year. It's a traditional German Maibock beer, 6.5% alcohol. It's pretty malty. It's not an ale. So because it's such a sessionable, somewhat high gravity, 6.5% ABV beer, it also goes with any kind of food like that, whether it's traditional jambalaya, oysters, shrimp, but really kind of beef, hearty stuff like that will go with it well as well too. And well as too is like any kind of cheese, like whether it's Swiss, Gruyere, or anything like that.
Thanks again to Leo for sharing about the Mardi Gras Bock. And remember, Mardi Gras or not, the fridge is always stocked.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. Whether I'm dropping putts on the golf course or I'm sweeping stones on the ice, Iron Jock is my go-to apparel. Their state-of-the-art silver ion technology is guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own it. Iron Jock gear eliminates 99% of odor-causing bacteria with their performance apparel that was designed from the inside out. Visit ironjock.com to get your Iron Jock apparel or visit any local Fleet Farm dealer today. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
Still overpaying for a razor? In this economy? Gross. At Dollar Shave Club, you can get a top shelf shave at a regular shelf price. We've been hawking shaving products for years online, and we're excited to bring you the same great quality and low prices at a store near you. From high-quality stainless steel blades to super smooth shave creams, Dollar Shave Club's in the business of making your shave easier. Find Dollar Shave Club in the men's razor aisle. Getting your Dollar Shave Club razor wherever you want. Isn't that great?
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone. Let us leave a legacy on your home.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
This is a short race. This is a short life. Let's run, not walk through this beautiful life. This is a good day. This is a good sign.
It's a good day.
You've got
I worked out at Carbon World Health today. I shared on at Jim
You
Rutledge.
could have just shoveled.
I could have just shoveled, but I got a better workout at Carbon World Health. And I picked up some of my glutite.
To keep them glutes tight.
The first FDA-approved weight loss treatment. And it helps you burn fat, not muscle. And then also I went there and I did the workout today too, because that's obviously key in the weight loss journey. You want to keep your muscle up, and you want to lose fat, and you want to stay fit. Those all happen at Carbon World Health. And the great thing was I burned over 1,000 calories today because I got after it. Because it's one of those workouts, you're able to pace yourself how you want to pace it, but when you have the opportunity to get after, you get after it. Today was leg day. I used to hate leg day.
Never
I like
skip
leg day
leg
now,
day.
but here's the problem. I'm sure you got like problem hamstrings since I swear my whole life playing sports, always like a problem, never strong enough. I don't care what workouts I do on them. They're always a problem for me, but I'm working on them at Carbon World Health.
That was such like a point of focus, even in like our gym classes, like stretching, because it's unbelievable how much stronger you are if
Yes.
you have more range of motion.
Yeah.
So like having flexible hamstrings is something that I try and focus on. I've got terrible hamstring. Like I'm not bendy, but I definitely got to focus on stretches. So your hamstrings, they'll be fine.
We'll get them bendy. I'll get bendy. You bendy, Alex?
He kind of looks like Gumby.
The guys live in glass houses.
He's probably the least
but that's
flexible
never
out of
stopped them before.
I think he's a bum. He's
I stretched last night.
It's time to throw
Good for you.
some
Thank you.
You think of baseball?
Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
on Rutledge and Hamilton. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Dave.
In the listening area.
In the listening area. It is time to throw some stones. Here on Rutledge and Hamilton, each and every day, I scour the interwebs to figure out what the heck has happened in the last 24 hours. I've got questions Jim and Matt might have answers. We'll find out. I'll score them throughout, and at the end, we'll actually crown a winner of today's edition of Throwing Stones. Horrible news today, guys.
Oh, boy.
Ryan Seacrest is done with live. No more Ryan and Kelly.
Can I share a weird just coincidence?
Sure.
For the first time, I think, ever, I saw that show on Tuesday. I was getting this is where I believe the show only broadcast is at car dealerships. I was getting my oil change, Sid Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and in the waiting room there, they had the show on and doing a Valentine's Day special with Kelly Ripa. Is that right?
Yep.
And then Ryan Seacrest. And then it was Jim from American Pie.
Okay.
And his wife is an actress who I've never seen her in anything, but they did like a little couples game thing. But anyways, that's the first time I've ever seen that show, and then he leaves.
Yeah, he's been on it for like 10 years. Because who was it before him? Was it Michael Strahan beforehand?
What? Strahan was on that show 10 years ago?
No,
I
it
feel
was,
like
that was like
recent.
Good Morning America or something.
Well, he's still on Good Morning America.
Then it must have been Good Morning America. No, you're right. He did do
I
this
think
show.
he did
He
this
did
show.
something with Kelly Ripa.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
It had to
then
be this
and then
show.
before him, it was Regis Philbin. But
That's
yeah.
the timeline for this?
yeah,
My grandma loved that show with Regis.
Regis and Kelly.
Regis
Yeah.
was great, though.
Regis
Actually,
and
no.
Kelly were a great duo.
My grandma loved Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh man,
And that's what I kind of knew. But Regis and Kelly
Is that
were
your
fun, too.
final answer?
That's my final answer. Is
Well,
he dead?
I haven't even asked
Yes.
the question yet.
Is that my
Yeah,
final
Regis
answer?
died.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, passed away.
Mhm.
My real question is: Kelly Ripa's real life husband will be replacing him. But Matt Hamilton, who would you like to see on daytime television in car dealerships with Kelly Ripa?
Oh my gosh. Well, for those times I do end up at the dealership and I'm questioning whether I trust my mechanic or not. We were just talking about this guy out in the studio, Adam Driver. Like that guy a lot. Think he'd be. I would love to meet him. He seems like a fun dude. Heck of a schnoz too.
Jim, who'd you like to watch at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb?
I'm going to go with
I
out of
just
the
gave
box.
myself a point.
Nailed it.
Jay Cutler. That show he had with Christian Cavallari. Hold
You
on.
just-
You shake your head. That
just
show he
lost
had with
North
Christian
Star.
Cavallari was beloved. He
Keep
was
it up with the Cutlers?
Yes, that's like he got a lot of love for that show. He was hilarious in that show, and he got a little bit of he got a lot of followers. He did a whole thing on Instagram where he's trying to track down a fox.
Oh, I
Like,
remember that. I
like,
love that.
He's entertaining. Like he actually does entertaining things and doesn't take himself too seriously. I actually think him and Kelly, like him just being the gruff, like kind of no fun guy, but he
actually
also
don't hate
always
this.
does the no fun thing. I think Cutler and Ripa would be pretty good.
Actually, that wasn't awful.
Nailed it.
The Cutler chasing the animals that were
Yes.
killing his chickens.
Yes.
Dude, that was my
But also,
favorite
like,
time of COVID.
As his
yeah.
wife would constantly just be so chipper and so like everything, and he'd just be like, nah. Like it just crap on everything. It was hilarious. Side note, Remember how badly Aaron Rodgers wanted to host SNL for the longest time?
Was it SNL or Jeopardy?
Jeopardy.
No, it was SNL too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he thought he see the other quarterbacks doing, he thought he could do it.
I think he could do it.
He thinks he's funny.
I think he's funny. If he was in a scenario like SNL, I think he'd crush it.
Yeah.
No.
He's
not.
I like
you
it.
have to
He's
laugh.
got dry humor.
You have to be willing to laugh for yourself. You won't do it.
Sure he will.
No. When? When was the last time he did it? He used to maybe be able
when
to pull
he
this off.
dresses up for those special days, when he goes out and
But again,
cowboy
he is
Canadian tuxedos.
He loves the pulpit. He loves to be give it, not take it back. Like he would not be in a scenario where he is compromised.
You're telling me that
Be
nobody
curious,
on the
not
team
judgmental.
gave him a little bit of
But on
crap for
national,
wearing
but that's
that.
in the locker room. I'm saying on national TV, he's not going to put his brand and himself out there, and he's never going to be asked.
I mean, he was on Game of Thrones.
Again, that was pre this guy.
and he got torched. It was awesome.
Right, but again, that's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
But not on
yeah,
purpose.
I know.
funny.
You're right. You're right.
We done?
I guess.
All right, up next, February 16th, National
Valentine's Day for you.
Yeah, 15 got canceled.
National Do a Grouch a Favor Day.
Yes.
Matt, what should we do for yeah.
We already
Sorry.
had it. My daughter's shoveled some for me. So my wife literally said, "So you're not grouchy."
Yeah. Yeah, because Jim's going to come home and be like, why is only half the driveway done?
I'm not grouchy with my kids.
I don't believe that.
Not if they do stuff
They
like that.
literally shovel the driveway so you wouldn't be grouchy.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be grouchy with them. I wouldn't do not for that. No way. Like if they're picking on each other or fighting all the time, it's different. But
right.
they try to do something nice. they're not gonna be
National Do a
grouchy.
Grouch a Favor Day. Matt, what are you doing today?
Oh, man. You know what? I think after this show, I'm going to crack open a Coors Light and hand it to Jim. Be like, and maybe give him a little bit of Madison extracts and be like, hey, Grouch, man, chill out. Let's just chill. The mountains are blue. You know what to do. And
Let's
that's
crush
a
your Coors Light. Chris Manitowoc Waters chimes in. Aaron Rodgers is not funny whatsoever, Strope. The only skit he could be good at, and I do agree with this, is he probably could pull off the Alec Baldwin sweaty balls skit. What are we doing here?
Yeah, Grouch. You're the Grouch. What are you doing for Grouchy person?
What are we doing here?
What am I doing for a grouchy person? Let's see here. I would give them a old fashioned with Central Standard from Ruth Chris Steakhouse in Middleton.
That's a good one, too.
He's giving a hypothetical. He said, I would do this. I'm asking what you are going to
I don't
do.
know any grouches.
Do something for yourself.
I'll treat myself. I'll play a little Madden later. There you go.
There you go.
Everyone is so mean to me. People like me.
Tomorrow is National No One Eats Alone Day, by the way. So don't let me eat alone tomorrow.
I like eating alone.
Do
I
you?
actually might prefer it.
Really? Like
Yeah.
at a restaurant?
Yeah. I think you have to talk and interact and eat. I just want to either eat or talk. I love happy hours. I don't love eating with people.
I kind of wish that was today because I was making myself a little lunch, had some eggs, and I just decided I'd be a nice dog dad, threw a couple extra eggs in the pan, and Doggy's got some eggs, so I didn't have to eat alone today.
There you go.
So you don't like eating alone?
No, I don't like being alone ever. I am a social butterfly that needs to be with people.
Have you had to quarantine for COVID at all?
No.
You've never had it?
I mean, never tested positive for it. Who knows if I had it or not?
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
So neither of you have had to do a quarantine?
Neither of us
I mean,
have had COVID, at least.
We
not to this-
definitely isolated when it hit,
Well,
but I
right.
was hanging with my wife, right? So
Yeah.
no, I've
I
never.
was thinking about next time / if I do get COVID again.
Next time.
I think I'm going to do the Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat.
I don't think you could.
No,
do it.
I don't think you should do
I
that with-
honestly don't think you could do it.
But
I don't either. But
and again, I
think
never had
that's why I tried.
COVID, but I feel like you need to have access just in case, man. You have someone
Access
checking
to
on you
what?
regularly?
Yeah. I'll do it in my apartment.
Okay. All right.
You should Google exactly what this darkness retreat is before you just I'm
And
gonna
make
turn
sure
out
you got
lights
the
in
right
my
food and water.
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to give me a meal, 3 meals a day, once a day.
What? They only give you the meals one time, all 3
Yeah,
meals?
so at the specific retreat that Scales and Brust discussed with the owner last week, they drop
Of
off
the retreat.
Yes, the owner of the retreat. He will drop off a meal or a bag with 3 meals in it once a day.
What a scam this is. So where does he run this?
He,
what does
he owns a
charge?
bunch of land in Oregon. $250 a night. So it's typically about $1,000.
I think it would be a lot night. Like
I love
would
the capitalism
definitely
on
be
that.
more likely to be able to do that if I was in like a tent out in the woods than like in Strofe's apartment.
Right, but then like
You're
what?
not in a tent in the woods. You're in like a house.
Like a blacked out house.
Yes,
with like AC. Then I would imagine
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it'd still be nice to be out in the woods.
I would
is what I'm
guarantee
getting
you
at.
that if you were trying to go to that place, they're not letting you do it if you had COVID. Even if you are like, it's not safe for you.
Well, yeah, I would do it at my apartment. I
That's
just
what I'm
said
saying.
that.
You could do it there. Yeah.
It's 4 nights of complete darkness.
You look confused. What's wrong?
I'm just bamboozled.
At what?
You, your thought process, the way the gears turn in your head.
It's all about content, bro. Nice job, Matt.
Wow. The Cutler did him in once again as the Bear fan. Cutler loses it for you.
I actually thought that was a good answer.
Sick burn guy. You know what?
I
You
just
know what
like
I never
dunking
had
on
to deal
Cutler.
with? This whole whatever Rogers is doing. This is Rutledge and Hamilton,
fair.
presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
To talk about his experience with Ridgetop Exteriors, here's Madison area customer Tom.
When our family needed a new roof, windows, and doors, we wanted to go with a company that we could trust. The team at Ridgetop Exteriors far exceeded our expectations. They communicated with us every step of the way and provided affordable financing options that fit our budget.
Ridgetop Larry here. Thanks for choosing Ridgetop Exteriors for your home's next project. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. It's the perfect time of year to take your next adventure off-road in a powerful Chevy Silverado. Round up the whole gang for some family fun in a Chevy Equinox. Hey kids, let's go. Or take your night on the town by storm in a stylish Chevy Blazer. Make more memories and take on the road ahead. Wherever it leads you. Find new experiences, find new roads. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
You may have heard about the new Lake Ridge Bank. Well, did you know that it's not actually a new bank at all? Lake Ridge Bank is State Bank of Cross Plains and Monona Bank, merging into one. Lake Ridge Bank is a new name, but people don't bank with a name. They bank with people they trust, the service they enjoy, and the products they need. That's Lake Ridge Bank. The name is just the beginning. Visit us online at lakeridge.bank.
Member FDIC.
Clinical trials are essential to advancing medications, vaccines, and devices. LabCorp has been conducting clinical trials for over 40 years and has helped bring many of the medications we use today to market. You may be compensated up to $19,250 for time and participation in trials. At LabCorp, your safety is the #1 priority. Learn more about how you can help advance the future of medicine at LabCorpClinicalTrials.com. That's LabCorpClinicalTrials.com.
This is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for St. Kate the Arts Hotel. During your next visit to Milwaukee, St. Kate is the ideal destination for any stay. Recognized as one of Milwaukee's most esteemed hotels, St. Kate offers a modern luxury experience with an artful twist. With a prime location downtown in Milwaukee's Theater District, St. Kate serves as a creative hub for the city, where every aspect of the hotel is inspired by music, painting, sculpture, and design. It's a place to discover, remember, and connect. Learn more and book your next stay by visiting stkatearts.com.
Live the high life and get to the nitty-gritty, home of the award-winning Gritty Burger and the official birthday place. Enjoy a full menu including sandwiches, specialty burgers, wraps, salads, and weekend brunch. Plus, the Nitty-Gritty offers an extensive tap beer list and craft cocktails. It's a family-friendly environment and a great place to watch the big game. Located in downtown Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie, the Nitty-Gritty, a tradition since 1968. Check out our Miller High Life Power Hour specials daily. Also enjoy High Life at Deluxe, Bar Carolini, and Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
This Lululemon, if I could ever get down where I could fit in Lululemon, or if they go up and start going Lulu DXL, all of a sudden I'm intrigued by the Lululemon.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Grassland Dairy, Home and Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
Every minute
100 million thoughts that I could have said. Then every minute it starts over again. Do 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 do. Knocking at your door. The world outside is waiting for you. Knocking at your door. But you never know nothing if you never did. Happy as a clown. What me to worry? House is burning down. Don't disturb me.
Rutledge and Hamilton rolls on from the Spark Building. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. We're asking, what do you think of? And either you know or you don't know to that answer. I said, any sort of list is helpful. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge.
I totally forgot what you're talking about.
Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. And look, if you know, you know. And if you don't, we're not going to bring it back up. But if you know, you can chime in. And if not, sorry. Brooks and Milton chimes in. He is related to Cal Ripken Jr. on his mom's side. Because I do also want random people, famous people that you're related to somehow. I don't even care if it's the most loose connection of all time. I want to hear it. Because I think it's just
how's he fading Cal Ripken?
What do you mean fading him?
I mean, Cal Ripken Jr.'s dad was Cal Ripken.
Oh, but still, Cal Ripken Jr. is still the famous one. Ken Griffey Jr. is more famous than Ken Griffey.
Fair.
It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Patrick Mahomes Jr. The third, actually, I believe.
Yeah, because he's not a junior. It's just Patrick Mahomes he goes by.
He's the third, yeah.
Right. So
he might be the one and only football player that's not putting the third or the second or the
third
fourth.
is on his jersey. It's Mahomes the third.
Is it really?
I believe so.
What? I don't remember ever seeing the third on his jersey.
Am I making that up?
I've seen. I literally saw so many. I flew home Sunday, mind you, on the Super Bowl.
Well, the ones they sell.
So many Mahomes jerseys without the third on them. There's no way.
I've never seen that.
Is it really?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh,
I'm trying to find it.
I thought you looked it up.
I'm trying to find it.
There's no chance.
I don't see I haven't seen a back jersey.
You know what surprises me? That with this craze that it's
on the
not
jersey,
Aaron Rodgers the first.
It does just say Mahomes. You're right.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, period, is what he prefers.
Aaron Rodgers,
or
one and only.
Him is what, with a capital H, is what Aaron
That
Rodgers
guy.
would prefer. We have, I'm sorry, who's talking? Tiki Barber talking. I don't know if it was Rondé or Tiki talking about the fact that
I loved Tiki Barber.
Yes, but the fact that Rondé Barber is now in the Hall of Fame, not Devin Hester, crime. But here's Tiki Barber on WFAN.
Ian's job is to source information about things that are going on in the NFL world. And last week, or earlier this week, I should say, Aaron Rodgers took some real shots at Ian Rappaport, basically saying he doesn't know anybody in my inner circle. I don't have his number. He doesn't have my number. Basically, shut the hell up, Ian.
And Schefter, too.
And Schefter, but forget Schefter because Rappaport's our guy, right? Basically, shut the hell up. Stop talking about me. And as I'm reading the full quotes, I mean, you heard the snippets, but as I'm reading the full quotes from his Pat McAfee a weekly appearance, talking about Schefter, talking about Rappaport, basically saying, nobody knows what's going on with me except for me, and stop talking about me. It just made me start to realize that if he is that sensitive, that he gets upset that people, reporters, opinion makers, influencers, whoever, want to talk about him, he is going to struggle in New York. And I don't know if it's the right fit for him. I don't know if I want him in New York, if this is going to be his reaction to things that don't matter, right? If Aaron Rodgers doesn't want people talking about him, talking about his offseason, talking about his personal life, talking about all these things that are going on with Aaron Rodgers, he needs to stop talking.
And that
Awesome.
is fellow, I'm a WFAN alum too. I've done some hits on WFAN back in the day. I played him for Alex Strofe there. I sent them over to him. But
it was rough.
Yeah, well, it was, I think sophomore, junior in college, but I got the opportunity to call in. I was actually on WFAN in New York before I was on WEFL in West Palm Beach. They cleared me for a WFAN before they cleared me for Good Karma Brands. West Palm Beach.
Like me.
People do like me, include WFAN. So there's Tiki Barber. Matt, I'll get your thoughts on it first, and then I'll chime in. But 844-770-3776, you can react to Tiki basically saying that what I've been saying for a while, like, Aaron, you don't get to just speak words out there and then not expect any rebuttal.
And, Tiki's not totally wrong here. Like, everything he read, pretty spot on. Like, his analysis of it, I thought was pretty spot on. And New York is ruthless. It is a ruthless place to play sports. Like, ask Daniel Jones. For the first 4 years of his career, everybody was like, get this guy out of here. He had a little bit of a resurgence this year. Sign him. Don't do the 5th-year extension or 5th-year option. Sign the guy. So you can definitely win your fans back in New York, but that is a tough crowd. And if you can't handle Green Bay and our fans right now, that might be a tall glass of water for Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
That will be, if he ends up in New York, a rude awakening for him, because it's not. Because Wilde, I think, does a great job, and Domofsky and a lot of those reporters. But Green Bay, especially in Green Bay, they're the only show in town. Like, they can control things. But even in the state, they know that they're 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe they're 1, 2, 3, 4 now, with the Bucs maybe being 5 as far as the most popular teams in the state. They can control narratives. They can control a lot of things. They can control media buy. They can control access. They can do all this without little pushback, because they own more power than the media does here, because they're larger.
Yeah.
In New York, that is not the case.
No.
Or, I mean, any major city, but let's just focus on
In
New
what
York
city?
right now. In New York.
New York.
So with this, I wonder how Aaron is going to respond if you've got Mad Dog or everyone else who lives in New York just railing you for your actions.
You're gonna have Greeny, like a fan of the Jets, analyzing you and criticizing your every move.
You're gonna
and he works. Yeah.
Every
When he works.
local our sister station out in New York, ESPN New York, they are gonna pile on Aaron Rodgers if he isn't performing or if he's a Jag regularly. Like, it's gonna be 10 times worse here, and he's gonna grip 10 times more if the only media he's gonna do regularly is with his fluffer Pat McAfee. I mean, like, this is because. This is the problem that I have, is now Aaron has ended his show, but he went out there and took a lot of shots at people's personal business, and Rappaport and Schefter, and all McAfee did is just go and like
their professional business.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm sorry,
not
their
their
livelihood,
business.
their
Yeah.
livelihood.
Yes.
And he did it from his bully pulpit. And I mean, the idea of, like, he has this platform that he can go up there and he's not going to be questioned on anything that he says. And he can say whatever he wants. And this is why it's hilarious to me where he talks about question everything. And he goes on a show where he's literally never questioned about anything ever.
Mhm.
Like, if Aaron truly believed to be questioned everything, then how about you do a show with Jason Wilde, who I think would be fair, and let Wilde have a show with him. Not every week. I'm just saying one time. Let Wilde just clear the air and ask the questions we all have. But Aaron he wants you to question everything except for him, literally. Don't actually ask him questions. But here's the thing I have, is that, let's say, NFL Network or ESPN, even if they're going to put out a tweet like this, because this is not like a Woj bomb where you're trying to beat people to the punch on getting a trade reported. This is going to be sent to editors. They're going to look it over on both sides, and they're going to say, hey, where do you have this from? And they're going to say, here's where I have my 2 sources or multiple sources. This person who gave me the other information that's been correct about Aaron Rodgers. And usually that person is someone in Aaron Rodgers' inner circle. But here's the thing. That person is also fed Rappaport and Schefter information that Aaron Rodgers wants fed to them. Like, that makes him look good. And, the side of, like, trying to make the Packers organization look bad. So that's the sources they're using. So could those sources have been used by Aaron to mislead these guys? Maybe.
Or maybe he was trying to find the mole. He said, I'm going to go like Monday to Thursday or whatever was reported. And then he's like, no, it's next week from Sunday to Wednesday.
Right. So the problem I have is the fact that, and Aaron knows what he's doing, or McAfee could have corrected him on it, that he conflates. Maybe there was a mistake made by Schefter and Rappaport, or maybe Rodgers moved the date and just doesn't want it, whatever the reason was. But he conflates that mistake as Rappaport and Schefter lying, as opposed to maybe someone in his inner circle was misinformed or lied. But that's not the line he draws, because if all he had to say, and this is where I go back to Aaron thinks we're all idiots, because Aaron is smart enough to know that all he has to say is the people who are giving Rappaport and Schefter that information are lying. But he didn't say that. That's not what he said. He called those guys liars.
Well, he told them to stop making stuff.
Right. But okay, so that's a liar.
Right.
So
I mean, yeah.
So that's the problem I had. He could have clearly, he's smart enough to say, I feel bad for or you don't even have to say feel bad for those guys.
Said, I told the people that are not in my inner circle this date just to see. Like, if he was saying, if he literally admitted he was playing his own little game of the mole,
that
would have been fine.
Right.
I agree. I don't
He's
think
smart
it was
enough
good
to know
to
what he's
call
saying.
someone else out like that. I just think in the heat of the moment, he didn't say liar, but say don't make stuff up. He's like, essentially, I felt like he was saying that ain't right. That's not the information. That's not true information. Now, whether they just heard that from the source and repeated it. Obviously, they didn't make it up because these guys are respected journalists.
These are sources, I'm sure, that have given them right information before.
Right. I mean, that's the only way that you can get to be a source is you have to like prove your mettle.
And those sources, why do they give that information to Rappaport and Schefter? Because they will also use the information that Aaron wants out there.
Right.
Like, because those sources understand that this is a relationship. And so
You
does
think
Schefter and Rappaport.
Rappaport like grease the wheels to get information?
They grease the wheels by putting out the info. So like
But that's
when Aaron wants, I think for the most part.
You don't think there's any benefit to the person? Like maybe Aaron doesn't want something leaked, but he's like, hey, I got a.
Usually that's kind of unethical.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a
I
reporter.
have a question. It's not my smartest question.
Okay.
What is grease? Like in terms of like
Grease the wheels?
for wheels, right? Like I know what food grease is, but grease for what is it? Like
Okay,
what is grease?
When you grease something or lubricate something, it works better, right?
Right, exactly.
It's
Like
to
I know,
keep-
no, I know what it does. I'm asking what it is.
Huh?
What is the material in which grease is made out of?
So honestly,
Silicone?
axle grease used to be Crisco. That's stuff that you
Like
cook
butter?
with. No, Crisco's
that's more oil, right?
Crisco's like oil, but yeah, like it's just like an oil product.
Oh. So what's the difference between oil and grease?
There's different types of it.
Yeah,
I had somebody. I
olive oil is not the same as motor oil, but they're both oil.
My girlfriend asked me if something was warm or hot yesterday, and I didn't know how to answer it. I never gave her.
Hot, you cannot hold your hand on.
What is it?
But it was
My
more
kids
like
under-
it
my
was like
kids understand this.
comfortable.
Gauge the temperature of my forehead was the prompt.
Okay, but
Am
again,
I- she said, "Am I warm or hot?" I said, "I don't know."
If she's
Here-
hot,
okay, if she's at a normal body temperature, you shouldn't really be able to notice
Correct.
anything because you are too.
Correct.
Now, if it's warmer than that, she would be considered hot, right?
Did you-
Because you could feel that she was warmer than your hand was.
now did you do? I mean, classic boyfriend. Oh, you're hot. You're hot, baby. No.
Well, of course. Yes.
Okay,
I said, obviously the latter. and
What
then
you
she's like,
should have
"No."
done is like, hey, we've got a thermometer. Take your temperature. What are you gonna go off this old wives' tale that I can tell if you've got a fever or not?
I didn't know where he was going with
I
that.
didn't either.
You guys are dirty. You guys are dirty.
Hey now.
That's some
Alex
booty,
is like,
Jim.
I got what you need to feel better. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute powered by Everlight Solar. Simplify your life, save money, and clean up the environment. Learn more at everlightsolar.com. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. The Wisconsin men's basketball team just one game under 500 in Big Ten play after a big win over Michigan at the Kohl Center on Tuesday night. Golf legend and Badger superfan Andy North appeared on Wilde and Tausch Wednesday and was impressed with the win.
I think they played unbelievably hard. They only turned the ball over 5 times. They had a season-high 15 offensive rebounds, and they just out-hustled and found a way to get a win against a team that might have been more talented.
The Badgers continue their homestand on Saturday as they welcome Rutgers to the Kohl Center. It's an 11 o'clock tip Saturday morning.
Lock in your prices at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by February 28th and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Lowe's always has more ways for you to save. On top of our everyday low prices, pros can save big when buying in bulk. Or if your purchase is over $1,500, ask about our volume savings program. A pro associate can provide a customized quote. Ask about our volume savings programs today. It always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Volume discount pricing quotes are valid up to 7 days. Visit your local pro desk to learn more and start saving. Offers subject to change and may not be available in all Lowe's stores.
O'Reilly. Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for 10 years or 300,000 miles with peak long life universal pre-mixed antifreeze and coolant. Now just $6.99 after mail-in rebate. Plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly.
Limit supply. See store for details.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie. Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Hey Wisconsin, it's Jonathan Taylor, pro running back and UW Credit Union member. Now that I'm always on the road, I need mobile banking that can keep up. That's why I use the UW Credit Union app. It lets me pay bills, send money to friends, and check my credit score. Whether I'm in Indianapolis or Ixonia, Jersey or Janesville, Miami or Milwaukee, get mobile banking that gets you with UW Credit Union. Join today at uwcu.org.
Federally insured by NCUA.
George, come here. Oh, you have to try this. Oh, yes, this is nice. Say, how do you pronounce these things? Is it Chase or Cheese? Oh, either way, I could spend 7 years on one of these, binging all of my shows.
It's Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Relax with new furniture and a free Theragun Prime massager with a purchase of $39.99 or more. Plus, get an extra $100 off your purchase of $19.99 or more. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Hi, I'm Medicine Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Come to decide that the things that I tried were in my life just to get high on.
Snow day today. Great day to go to X-Golf in Madison or in Middleton. Either location is going to give you a reprieve from this annoying weather. Don't worry about trying to drive home with all this traffic out there. Go to X-Golf in Madison or in Middleton. Maybe try to play one of their tournaments, sign up for a league, or just have a Coors Light and get some swings in and wait for the traffic to die down so you get a nice, easy ride home from either X-Golf in Madison or in Middleton. I'm Rutledge. He's Hamilton. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're presented by Coors Light. Alex
Yeah,
Strofe.
we are.
Alex Strofe behind the glass.
Yeah, I am.
Kind of an insulting question from Alex Strofe in the break. This song is playing, coming back. He's like, do you know who this is? I'm like,
Hold on.
It's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I was going to see if Matt knew.
Yes, I know the Chili Peppers.
I mean, they are, if they're not already, they are definitely like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members.
Yeah.
I mean, they are iconic.
They should already be.
What song is that? Is that Under the Bridge?
No, that's Snow. Heyo.
Californication?
California. No, that's Snow.
No, okay. What?
That the name of that song is Snow.
Is it okay?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
definitely.
Snow,
heard
and then
that
in
song.
parentheses, Heyo.
Oh,
Okay.
got you.
Gotcha. They have a very, I mean, all the songs
They have a
on
lot
this
of really good songs
and a
so-
very similar vibe to most of their songs.
Yeah, that one's a lot newer than the rest of them.
Like Eminem just went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so like I wouldn't be shocking if they're not in it.
I've never understood that, and nothing against Eminem, who I think is terrific.
There's just not a other Hall of Fame, so like
Sure,
Dolly Parton just went in.
I saw that.
Yeah.
She said she didn't deserve it though.
Well, she did a little joke. She's like, well, if I'm going to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, then I got to go rock and roll. And she like,
Man, she played that song, and that was super country.
Yeah, but it was still it had a rock and roll
Yeah.
beat to it. But like, what are you gonna do? Like,
No, I mean the Beastie Boys are in it
because they're museums, so like, and the Beastie, and so it's like, hey, I want to be able to see. The
I
most
saw
iconic
Tenacious
artists.
D and the Pick of Destiny too. I know it's a museum.
I don't think I've seen anything with Jack Black on it, to be honest.
Really?
I avoid him. I don't care for him at all.
Fair enough. I mean, School of Rock was 10
Never
out of
seen
10.
it. Never
It's
seen
an
it.
amazing.
I can't. I
flick.
just can't. I'm sure it is. It's just one of those actors. I just can't stand him. If he's in it. Actually, I've won.
He's like Chris Farley light.
He's right. That's the problem. Like he just basically market corrected Chris Farley, but Chris Farley died. Otherwise, like if Chris Farley's alive, Jack Black isn't happening. That's not Jack Black's fault. But I will say this: I do enjoy him. The second Jumanji, he's kind of cringy, but in the first Jumanji with Chris Rock and like he's good in that. He's the weak link, but I love that movie.
Okay.
So I think that's it though for Jack Black. There's no actors out there.
Give School of Rock a crack with your kids sometime. It's a good one.
We'll probably get
You'll
there at some
appreciate
point.
that one.
Is there an actor out there where you're just like, I just irrationally don't care for them? Like I understand they might be good.
I think we should get some of our viewers' perspective. on this, too.
844-770-3776. Who are some actors that you can't stand? And there's not like a specific reason. Like, they might be good. It's just you don't like them.
I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to movies. I'm not very critical.
Nicolas Cage.
I love Nicolas Cage.
Yes,
You're an idiot.
I am not.
Well,
an
again,
idiot.
we're not trying to be mean about it. I didn't say he was an
don't
idiot
give
for
me my
liking Jack Black.
subjective scenario that I like an actor.
Well, you have poor taste.
See, that's I
That's
guess
still
a little bit.
It's still
better, but
unnecessary.
this is coming from the guy who's made so many mistakes and done so many goofy things that I just spaghetti in bed.
I've never eaten spaghetti in bed.
So I will
Steak
say
dinner in bed.
That happened once.
So I will say
I was sick.
Jack Black was in a couple episodes of what is one of my favorite TV series, Mr. Show with Bob and David, Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. He was really good in that. There was a movie I saw with him that I was so far in front of. It's called Airborne. It's Jack Black really early in his career because it's from like 1990, but it's like a rollerblading movie with Seth Green and Jack Black are the only people who are still acting from it. But it was about a guy from California had to go to Ohio and then rollerblade instead of surfing.
I've got an irrational distaste now for Casey Affleck.
Really?
Yeah, because Manchester by the Sea.
Oh my God,
I just
yes.
hated that movie, and I will never watch anything with him in it again because I literally went to the theaters to see that and was so upset when we left. It was
Try having, and I'm not having kids makes it even worse. Like I was
believe
just
it.
like devastated. I was bawling my eyes out. We watched it at home.
Oh,
and
I
was
just
like,
hated that.
my wife, I
movie.
think, was mad at me for a week. She's like, "Why did you make me watch this?" I'm like, "I didn't know that happened." They need to put that in disclaimers. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.